Thank you for having me today. Thank you for having me today. Thank you, Enterprise Uganda, and thank you for the listeners and the viewers. Like you rightly said, there's a good need always to deliver quality daily in this service industry. And I started this journey in the hospitality industry, like you've said, about over now 18 years. I had the passion for helping out people, customers, and so this was a passion for me. This being in the industry has been a calling for me, really, and so I've been in the industry for about that long, and so service really has a number of components, daily practical practices, I should say, if we're to deliver for a business to strive. So I'll just start off by sharing one of them, which is registering. We all know to do good business, one has to be registered. For us in Kinyang Catering Services, we started even earlier on, but with time, we're not getting, we started off like gigs, but with time we had it to go professional. Since I was already in the hotel industry, I found it was easier to connect, to start doing catering as well. And I felt there was a need to provide good food. And in so doing, we had to register now. Very, very, very important aspect if one is to really offer quality service. So we had to do the URA, we had to get the trading license, because clients are comfortable working with a reputable company, that is for sure. I mean, we would go to a company, say Enterprise Uganda, we want to offer staff lunches for you. But they say, no, are you registered? Say, no, please go register. Be formal, okay? So it was one way in which we had to do business. They are comfortable working with a registered company. And even you yourself, you get confidence when you're registered. So even with doing business with government, you had now you have to go a stretch further. You get the PPDA. You have to be registered with the PPDA. That's the government procurement disposable authority. Others even you have to get now ISO certificate. Then you have the URSB. So this was the start for us. I can assure you, ladies and gentlemen, this was the start for us in trying to deliver quality services in the service industry. We had to be really registered, and upon finishing the registration, another item we found it important was service personnel. We all know this, the service industry is really about people. 90% of the service industry is really about people. At the moment, I know there is coming automation and the likes, but still it's a people's business over the years. So we had to get the service personnel and with that we had to have a dedicated culinary team, and when we take them to meet clients, I mean, Also offer them some trainings. This is very important. They have to know the product that they're going to sell, that they're going to serve. For example, I can say we're going to have today a lunch, but then if you're not going, if the chefs are going to do their cooking, and then the waitresses don't know what the chefs have cooked, that can be quite a dilemma for you in pursuing great customer service. So the service team are also taught what we're being cooked, what we're serving today. If it is Lyonnaise potatoes, what encompasses Lyonnaise potatoes. If we're doing vegetable rice, what vegetables have been used, the like. So they have to know much about the food as well, what they are going to do. The service, the presentation. So all this is important in delivering daily quality service in the business sector. A good team, a well-trained team, does really help. It comes a long way. Of course, the next point that we would look at really in offering these daily services would be suppliers. It's very important. This is another important point, ladies and gentlemen. You need dependable suppliers if you're going to deliver quality service in the business sector. At times you may not be able to be on the ground there, but if you've met a supplier who's able to give you good vegetables, able to give you good groceries, nice meats, just a call, gas is delivered, you have a manda, charcoal person, and most times even groceries is where we as caterers, we get credit facilities with groceries. It's maybe only vegetables that those once in a while may need cash, but most times you really need dependable suppliers if you're really to go a long way, if you're really to strive in this service business. It's a very key point. You have to make them happy. Once you get the money, clear them. Don't hold on to that money. So, because they are like also the backbone really of your business. Call away, you call a butcher man. Pereza nyama kilo biri kila satu. Wenkoko, pereza wenkoko. So, very important in the service industry to have these suppliers. Another key factor really to prove to thrive really in the service industry or service sector is a good financial management, ladies and gentlemen. That we all know, finances. And for us as Kinyang, when we meet the clients, we go through the menus with them, and these menus, they will share with you what they wish to have. You're going to ask them, give me some time, let me cost this menu. And in so doing, costing the menu, you're looking at what the client has requested for, the groceries, the vegetables, like I've said, all that is important in costing that menu. If you cost the menu poorly, you will either get into losses, or you start compromising service and say, now I'd told the client this menu will cost about 20,000, 30,000, but you failed to deliver because of you failed to do a proper food cost. So it is very important in delivering quality that your food costs. You're looking at areas as as you're looking at your menus, you cost your labor, water, transport, gas, power, all these have to be included in a good food cost. And then the other aspect is also now financial discipline sorry, I'd skipped a good cash flow. Yeah, that was the first point for a business to strive. You know, most instances, like I can give an example. Enterprise Uganda can call me this morning and say, Moses, can you offer a breakfast? You know, so we should be able to have a cash flow. Very important. You should be able to have a cash flow there, and then for vegetables, those you'll have to have a cash flow. Groceries, I will call my guys and say, give me rice, give me spaghetti, give me sugar, tea bags. Those you'll get. But where you don't have cash flow, it becomes hard to deliver. I mean, you're not going to want to give a client a story that, well, now it is on a short notice. I don't have capital. Can you send me a deposit? You know, a client is going to call you and say, Moses, I've sent you an LPO. Please deliver at 11. I want breakfast. So there and then it's important in the service sector to always have some cash flow. You know, you're able to deliver once you have some cash flow. Thirdly is financial discipline, ladies and gentlemen, very important for long-term sustainability in the service industry. Once, of course, you're now paid after the 30 days of an LP also, you should be able to clear your debts. It's very important. Be able to clear your debts. The service personnel, if you are not yet cleared them, you know, and then also save on the next capital. It's very important, very key. I mean, that's how your company, your business can strive. That's what we have learned over time in our journey. I mean, I can't tell you it has not been easy. We had to also learn the hard way. I mean, you would have times, of course, you have to offer the business, but I would call, maybe you call a money lender here and there if the business is good. But over time, we're striving now because you hold on to some capital. So it's very important for you out there to always have some capital to run your business, to strive in the service industry. Also key and very important in service delivery for your customers or clients is really personalizing the service. Like I said, service is really about personnel, you know, personalize it, tailor make your menus, your service. The service, if I've served today, Madame Anita, this buffet, it may be different for another Mr. John, another Madame Mary. So we tend to stand out, personalize your menus. Don't treat one client the same as the other client, you know. So that is what customers want. That's what the service industry wants, really. You know, you're treating somebody special. You're not cocooning them as always the same. So it's very important. That's what helps us strive. And in so doing, you have others, kids menus, you're not going to give them adults menus. You have customers who have underlying health issues. So somebody will going to tell you, you're giving us a buffet for 30 people, but 10 have ulcers issues. So you're going to have make a menu that you can that caters for both. You know, some want boiled, some want fried. So it's important you take that all into consideration. You know, personalizing service, very important, very key if one is to strive in this service industry, catering industry, hospitality industry, very important. You know, the the next item is networking and benchmarking, also very key in delivering daily quality service. We network. We are where we are because at times we network with other professional caterers to deliver quality service. You know, you need, if we have, I'll give you an example. Recently, we had a breakfast for over 1,000 people. Yes, there was a company doing a breakfast for over 1,000 people. And definitely we know our capacity, and we said, you know what, let's bring in extra support, extra equipment, personnel, you know, to deliver and to deliver quality. So yes, we have you work with other colleagues in making sure you deliver this to a client, and any other support that you may wish. It's very important. It's a very important item in delivering service, because at times the client may not want to know how you do it, but what's important at the end of the day, you've met their expectations. You know, you've delivered. They may not even know what the things that have gone behind the scenes, but you yourself as a service personnel, have you delivered? So you can only deliver by having a good network of a team, you know, other caterers and the like. Very important. The next item, I should say, and that we can look at is innovations and automation. These days is very key these days, and for us to deliver to the clients. Very important. As you're all aware now, all you have to do is you wanted food from Kinyang Catering Service, you could go into Glovo. I mean, we have had to subscribe to some of these applications so that you're meeting the client's expectations. They ask you, how can we find you? How can we do that? You can only do that through embracing this IT these days, you know. Others are going to ask you, can I pay you on Momo? You know, can you be able to pay on Momo? You can be able to go online. Practically any service business now has to go online. You have to go automation, you know. You have to go through those innovations, online payments, online food apps. This is all to enable the clients to have those experience. And then I should say the next item, very key also in delivering daily services, is sales and marketing. Ladies and gentlemen, for us to be known as Kinyang Catering Services or any service business out there, sales is important. Sales is key. Okay, by word of mouth is one of those. You're going to have also embrace digital marketing. That's what we're doing now as well. We're on TikTok. You pay for those ads. You pay for Google, TikTok. We do WhatsApp. We do chats, Instagram. Where possible, even pay influencers. This is very important. I mean, we're in a world of IT now, and we've gone IT with sales and marketing. We're into bride and groom. If some of you pick the bride and groom magazines, you will see Kinyang Catering Services there. The Mikolo magazine, very key. All these are very key in sharing with the clients. They want to see, you know. We create content these days, share all over the social medias. We also do a door-to-door sales. You know, much as we're going into automation still, people believe, over the years I've known, I've understood in this journey, people still believe in face-to-face interactions. So you have once in a while where you can go and meet that client if they do door-to-door sales. Meet them, chat them up. They're happy to see that smile. It becomes personal, you know. That interaction is very intimate in selling, in providing services, you know. And then also you do after sales services. After we have provided sales, after you've provided the food, one should be courteous enough, you know, check on the client. How did you like the food? How did you like the service? How do you like our presentation? That feedback is very important. You know, if you're to strive in the service industry, get that feedback. You know, it helps you build. Because at times some clients may keep quiet, and even some will tell you open, oh, I thought you would not even have asked me how the service was, but it was excellent, or this was missing, or, you know, so that helps you improve. That helps you strive. That helps you, you know, continue making a mark in the industry. Timekeeping is the other factor that really is important in daily service business. No doubt about that. And at Kinyang Catering Services, it is like at our backbone, you know, to keep time. In fact, I will amuse you. We had a breakfast some day, and a client told me, "Thank you for keeping time." But in my mind, I thought this is normal to some of us. But she later on went on and told me the last service provider we had did not keep time. So, you know, you take this as a small thing, but to the client, this is very big. So he started hinting to me that, you know what, Moses, what you're doing is good. You're keeping time, but others may not be really keeping time, you know, and that's what gives us a niche over the others. I mean, if breakfast is at 7, my team were going to be up by 5, by 6 a.m. Make it in time to avoid the jam. I mean, avoid having the stories, sir, it was raining, sir, the jam, you know, I mean, if somebody has booked early, why not be able to keep time, you know? Another example was a training also. And you know, these facilitators, they tell you we're having our training in MOOBs, in Weya, in Naka Vocational, suppliers breakfast, lunch, and they're keeping time. They tell you lunch is going to be at 1. So you have to estimate your time. If I'm leaving our workplace at you have to at least make sure you've left an hour to time. You know, the food is ready. Don't start leaving at 12:30, and you know, of course, there's a jam. So you're going to disappoint these facilitators, the training. So we notice it is really, really, really key in delivering daily great service to the customer. I mean, your food may be may be nice. Your food may be even from heaven, but if you've not kept time with some of these facilitators, you know, it breaks them, it fails them, you know, because they're working on a schedule. You know, that's what we have noticed over time in our journey, really. Time keeping is key. You know, they'll tell you, please keep time. They remind you, keep time. And, you know, for you, you know, Kinyang will deliver on time. So it is something, ladies and gentlemen, not always take for granted. You know, if you're being given the gig early enough, plan. Call your suppliers. Call your personnel if you need extra personnel, because it's important that everybody's on time, the chef's on time, food is on time, and the client will definitely give you good business, and they'll give you referrals just because you've kept your time. Yeah. The other factor or the other aspect in delivering daily great service is commitment. Just like I've said, catering business or in the service industry is no joke. You have to be very committed. If you are in it just for the money, you're bound to get disappointed. That I can tell you. Because you'll have to get up about 5 a.m., 4 a.m., go to the market, do your shopping, come, food prep is done, deliver the food. I mean, you've been up since 5, 6 a.m., the whole team. You know, you may have 2, 3 functions. I mean, December is coming. It's usually crazy in December. So, and your day may end at 11 p.m., you know, with a dinner. You've started with a breakfast. You had 2 lunches somewhere, and then you've also have a dinner. I mean, you will have those barbecue dinners, end of year barbecue dinners, 2 or so, and you're ending at 11. So that is all commitment. It's very key if you're going to be in the service industry. Don't just look at maybe other money or what. You have to love what you're doing and be committed, because I'll not mention names, but I did meet a colleague sometime who told me, you know what? I failed. You know, I would not work like this. So because some enter in because of money, some enter in because of a deal, some enter in because somebody has connected them and says, guys, come in, there is a deal here to supply lunch daily. But once the contract is done, then they leave. They leave the whole industry. They leave the whole business and say, now that one is finished. I'm not even going to look for another, you know, because why? He or she was not committed to it. He came in into it for the money, you know, and then now the contract has not been renewed. Now you find him going to do other things, go to another industry or the like. So over time, we've known, I mean, it's not rosy always. At times, we may have contracts, we may not have any gigs, but we're committed to stay and wait on that client, wait on the next client. That's what it's about. And once even you get the business, still be committed to it, be committed to deliver. Very key in your daily delivering in the service sector. And once the clients also do notice these guys are really committed, you even get more referrals. So that's, I can really share, that's one of them. The other one, I did forget some 2, Anita, important factors in delivering daily is also good customer relations. Very important. I mean, I'll give you an example. We have done catering some corporate companies, and they don't only look at, of course, food. These days, not only about food, but they look at your good customer relations. You know, I didn't know, but one of them had a part where they tick, where they assess you and say, is Moses always available? You know, is there a supervisor available when it's times for catering? You know, so this is very important. Be on ground where you are. Where at times when where I'm busy and I have other functions, I try to either even get a border where the team is there, but reach on the ground, have that good customer relation with the client. They want to see you. At times, others have called on Moses because they want to see Moses. It may not even be about food. I mean, people attach different things differently. You know, someone has given you business because of Moses, not because of the food even. So it's important, customer relations. That's what I've learned over the course of my journey. Be there, let them see you. They want to give you feedback in real time, you know, not after you've left and then you ask them or call them How was the feedback? What was the feedback? I wouldn't make it. No, be there. Get that feedback. Real-time feedback is important. Like I told you, it is serious for them. You are assessed. Do their supervisor, is that they are one-on-one, you know? The girls you've sent to serve, do they speak or do they just close their mouth, you know? Do they offer that smile? You know, very important customer relation. Do they offer that smile? Do they greet? You know, do they clear after? So customer relation is very important. That's what we've really learned over time in delivering a good service experience for the clients. That I would call that point number 11. Number 12, lastly, is very key as well, is hygiene and safety. Yeah, I'd missed it, but I just remembered it. Hygiene and safety should even be number 1, even. Very important, ladies and gentlemen. In fact, if you're to go corporate, if you're to go corporate, professional, hygiene and safety is very important. Clients do always ask for this. I mean, are your food handlers certified food handlers? So you have to either you have to get a KCCA certification for your food handlers. You know, you yourself as team, as management, personal grooming is very important at Kinyang Catering Services. I see other colleagues will have even, you have a waiter, you have a waiter with the beards, you know, such things. You have a lady with the hair, you know, uncovered, unkempt. So this is key to clients. I'll also not mention names, but I've got it over experience. I mean, one told me, you know, Moses, you are here because a hair was found in the other service provider's food. Like, oh, sorry, you know. So it's important really in hygiene to be well groomed, and safety, very important. Have safety boots at your workplace, even those that come to serve. Have closed shoes. I mean, at Kinyang, you can't serve with open shoes. I mean, at times you may have people who may not know what the industry is all about, and that is some of the things we train them. You know, have closed shoes for your food, for your safety. You know, very important. Well-kept hair, well-kept nails, and we have also, like I've said, the health inspectors. They are certified. For the food handlers, the chefs always have to have that certification. Others now even go the length to have this ISO certificate, you know, health and hygiene, ISO certificate. Yes. Very important for daily customers. I mean, if you're going to provide a company daily lunch, they need to see you upbeat with this, you know. Ladies should be very smart, where possible, you know, offer deodorants and the like. So very key. The food handling, from the food handling actually starts from when you purchase the food, where you purchase it. All is important. Are you getting your food from a swamp? You know, when you bring your food, where are you storing it? How are you storing it? You know, are you leaving it out there? Do you have refrigeration? You have to separate dry foods from wet foods. All this is very important in hygiene and safety for the food. You know, from it being prepared, contamination. Look at all this. Are you going to have your chefs cook food and leave it out in the open? You know, so I mean, you have to check all this. You have to put in policies and says, guys, after this food is done, please, I want it in the warmers. You know, that is it until we are ready to take off. to avoid that contamination, you know, because it is very serious. I'm fortunate enough, actually, I should thank God. I don't take it for granted, but I've not had any issue since doing the catering. I've not had any issue, but I know they do happen in industry, you know, but these are things you don't take lightly. You always enforce, you know. I mean, it is said always something you do daily becomes natural. I mean, I have a different chopping board for meat. I have a different chopping board for fruits. No mixing. I mean, the chefs know this, the team know this, to avoid cross-contamination of food, you know, with milk and the like. So it's very important, really, in the service industry, if you're going to do this daily, to offer a good guest experience. I mean, it would be very bad for the guests to come back and say, I felt I had a food poisoning and the like. So then you, at least, they can have it maybe somewhere else, maybe something they had eaten, but not within you yourself. I mean, at least try 99%. It may not be 100, try 99% to make sure at least that on your site, you had clean plates. Where you went to serve, you also cleaned it. At times you go and serve, the place is dirty. Clean up first, you know. All this is very important, and it's very serious. You have health inspectors come on ground to check our facilities always. They ask you to have fire extinguishers, you know, so you have a fire exit. It is enormous. It's a big thing, really, if you are to be pre-qualified in offering corporate lunches. It's a big thing. They look at all these, ladies and gentlemen. So it's very key. Very key that you take it seriously if you're to deliver daily quality service in the business sector. And with that said, ladies and gentlemen, I should say that's my presentation on delivery quality service in this business, this service industry. Thank you, Anita.
Wow, thank you so much, Mr. Odomel. Thank you, and been quite elaborate. You've given examples that we can relate to, and I'm only hoping that the ladies and gentlemen, or the entrepreneurs on call who are not in the service industry, actually don't feel left out. Many of these lessons and insights that have been shared by Mr. Odomel are things we can apply even in the different, industries we are in. It's just where, and so I'm going to invite us to go to the chat. Just write one thing that has stood out for you from Mr. Odomel's presentation. Just one thing, want to see, dear entrepreneurs, as we are improving our services in the service industry, as we are improving our we are trying to improve the customer experience in the service industry. What is standing out for you? What are you taking home with you? Okay, right there, Daniela says timekeeping is very, very important. We have service providers who bring services at venues way past time. Failing to keep time definitely affects our service deliverance. It has a great impact on our excellence as service providers. Yes, Rebecca also says timekeeping stands out for her. Yes, Flavia here says presentation is key. Thank you so much, Flavia. The way you present your food. Now, Mr. Odomel, you've showed us very beautiful pictures here, and it's not yet lunchtime. You've triggered our we're in trouble. We're looking at the pictures and we're saying, my goodness, lunchtime should come very fast. Thank you so much. Yes, Jeffrey there says personalized services. Yes, get to know what your customer wants and what your customer needs. Mr. Odomel, I hope you're seeing the feedback that is coming through in the chat. Personalized services. Yes. Know your customer, know what exactly they want. Mr. Odomel, I think you share with us, there are customers that come with an idea of what they want, but when they're not sure exactly of the kind of service they need. And
Yeah.
so I don't know how you handle that in the service industry. How do you exhibit professionalism in the service industry so that your customer gets to trust and know that you actually know what you're doing and you're actually going to deliver more than 100% of more than even what they are asking you to deliver. I think it's something you might want to talk about also.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Anita. Yeah, it does happen.
Mm-hmm.
Getting clients that may not know what they want. They need your service. So
Yeah.
best thing is to do is always provide options, guide them, take them through the different options, the different menus that you can offer, you know, um, the different types of foods. You're going to say you have grilled foods, you have some boiled foods, you know. Those are the different types of menus. You're going to share different types of food to guide them to make that
Just a
that
minute,
selection.
Mr. Odomel, are you able to turn on your video, if you don't mind?
Let me see, where is it?
Just next to your microphone.
Okay. Yes, just a minute. Um, just a minute. Yes. Um,
Just carry on, just in case it's failing, it's okay.
yes,
And just,
yes,
yeah.
yes,
Mm.
yes. So Anita, yes, I think I've got it. Yeah, got it now. Yeah,
Okay, great. Mm-hmm.
yes, yes. So we provide options. We guide the clients. Many instances, yeah, you have those that may not know what they want to have or don't have an idea. You know, food is very interesting, as you know. So we're going to have different types of potatoes, Anita. I'm going to have lioness potatoes. I'm going to have roast potatoes. I'm going to have parsley potatoes. I'm going to have corn rice, vegetable rice, turmeric rice. So all these, you're giving a client a menu to choose from, but they are lost. So you guide them in choosing what they would wish to have. So you find out, do you have children? Do you have elders? Do you have any sick people? So at the end of the day, would have guided the client to make a good option of what he or she would want for his guests to have.
Thank you. Thank you so much. And right here in the chat, Peter says, timekeeping, consistency, quality, and food hygiene has stood out for him. Wilfred, ladies and gentlemen, now we're also taking questions. And yeah, we're taking questions so that Mr. Odomel can respond to them. Wilfred says, having the personal touch and formalizing our business. I've seen quite a number of businesses that have missed out on opportunities because of lack of formalization. And so as Enterprise Uganda, we're really pushing to see that entrepreneurs have their businesses formalized, not so that URA can run after you, but so that you do not miss out on opportunities. And as Mr. Odomel has shared, and that's the first point he actually hinted on, registration, formalize your business, get a TIN number. Yes, networking, consistency, being deliberate. Okay, not taking the offers for granted. Standardize your business process. NASA says, can you imagine Mr. Odomel could imagine time? Huh? Okay, can you imagine Mr. Odomel could imagine time efficiency was something key to customers? To him as founder, it was a non-negotiable. Yes, rightly put. Hamoviro says cash flows, financial discipline, networking, good customer experience. Okay. The emphasis on hygiene and safety, particularly within the food industry, resonated strongly with me. Sir Dennis Godwin, catering service providers have a unique opportunity to contribute meaningfully to the reduction in the prevalence of lifestyle-related diseases through improved food handling practices and health-conscious menu designs. Thank you so much to Sime. Okay, wow, thank you, Mr. Odomel. Okay. How does he deal with onboarding new staff to meet these guidelines? Does he have manuals or? Okay, that's a question right there for you. I'm looking for questions. How do you manage collaboration with peer suppliers who might not adapt quickly to your standards? Please do take note. I see also, it's okay, thank you. David says, who sets the standard on what clean food is? Or is it just a feeling or perception about the handling of the food from the source to the table? Is any organization checking this food quality? The reason for this being important is because we are what we eat. Sometimes one of the biggest lifestyle issues is not exercise, lack of rest, but also the type, quality of food we eat and how safe it is. I recently noticed, for example, that it is hard to get good roasted groundnuts, peanuts anywhere. Okay, thank you. I think Mr. Domel, please do respond to those in the meantime as we carry on. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Yes, thank you, ladies and gentlemen. The first one was thank you for these questions. The first one was on when we are onboarding new staff. Yes, the new staff, we do train them. Yes, we do have small manuals on what to do, on the do's. We do train them right from the start because we're a brand. So really, you're not going to trust, even when we are at times have so much business, and then we ask for other personnel to come in. But however qualified they are, however good a chef is, but we're going to tell them, we're going to take them through this. That for us as a brand, this is what we do. You know, we are going to do A, B, C. So it's very important. You don't take this for granted because the client has taken his time to give you business. And in turn, you're not going to take it for granted that, okay, you've got now an extra hand, a professional. He has been also in around for some time, and you don't tell him what is expected. You know, the staff, the team, the waitresses, we still do take them through. You know, we share even, I mean, you're new, but we're going to share with you our products. Today, we're giving lioness potatoes, but we are leaving out this item. You know, it's very important because at that function or event, the client or the guest is going to ask, what is in these potatoes? You know, I'm lactose intolerant. Is there any milk? Have you used any cream? So right from the start, once they're coming, we're going to share those items with them and say, okay, today's food, there is no milk in it. Today's food, we have milk in it. You know, a client has wished to have cream in their food. Okay, so let other guests serving know that cream has been added into this sauce, so that they can serve anything else. So it's very important. We share that always with while onboarding new staff. You don't take it for granted. Share with them your do's and don'ts. Even if you've served a man, you still one-on-one is very important. Still take that time, share with them that. The next one was on getting new suppliers. Yes, Definitely, over time, we've learned in this industry, I don't have one supplier. I have to have two suppliers. Reason being, one can always mess you up at the last minute. So I'm going to have two suppliers for beef. I'm going to have two suppliers for chicken, same quality, you know. Going to have two matoke guys. One is going to tell you today, boss, matoke njen, motoka teze, vambarara, and you're like, I need matoke. I'm going to have two suppliers of that, two suppliers of everything. Over time, in this journey, you learn not to have excuses. So you try and look sure that you can have a number of suppliers and they maintain the standards your client would really wish to have, and you would wish to have. And lastly, one is from Mr. Jose on food standards. Yes, true. This one always proves to be a challenge in the industry, but it is individual. It is individual to a company to know, to state what clean food is going to be, what good food is going to be, and but also not only that. Now, like I said, you have the KCCA. I mean, they are going to do inspections on your venue and see that you're handling your food well right from the start. You're going to have other corporate hygiene supervisors. They do come to your premises before they give you the contract. They run through your premises. How are you doing your storage of your food? How are you bringing your food? All this is done. The hygiene standard, HSPO standards, even with the ISO. So all these are put into place. You can have any of these as a company to set your standards for what good clean food is, or what food is good for the clients. And yes, I think I've answered those at the moment. Thank you.
Ably, very ably. Thank you so much, Mr. Odomel. And I was just looking here in the chat and looking at some of the questions. Again, I think the caterers or the guys in the hospitality industry are enjoying the session this morning. So Dennis here has quite a couple of questions for you. But we're also mindful of time, and our time is fast spent, so we'll just pick out a few. Although Shafiq also asks, how do you handle a situation the team seems not to follow or doing what they prefer, not following the way of the company, if they prefer not to follow what the company says? And I think here he's talking about your staff. How do you build a team culture that values, that team spirit, excellence all the time? How do you make it with your team? And you told us about the trainings and all. Maybe they just need to share more light. Now, Dennis here says, these are questions for Kinyang Catering Service Team Lead. And he starts with market differentiation. He says the catering industry in Uganda appears saturated. What would you say is your unique value proposition or the niche that sets you apart from your competitors? And I know you've touched here and there on some of the things you've really done over the years to set you apart. Here, you don't need to highlight everything. You just mention, I think, that one key thing. Seasonality and pricing strategy. Given the fluctuations in food commodity prices due to seasonality, how have you managed to strike a balance between maintaining affordability for clients and sustaining business viability? Yes, there are those oscillations that keep happening, the fluctuations. Today, you just throw more light on it. Vision for the sector. Looking ahead, what is your perspective of the future of catering in Uganda? And what strategic advice would you offer to new entrants seeking to position themselves, given that he has already highlighted that the industry is already saturated? Is there any space anyway for new players that would like to come in? In terms of international operations insight, it says, if time permits, could you walk us through the international workings of your business, specifically the systems, structures, and processes that support day-to-day operations? Let's see if you're actually involved in internal. Okay, these are internal operations, not international. Yeah, internal operation. Us through the internal workings of your business. You just share briefly about it. I think when you address those, we'll be able to see how to wind up this session. Over to you, Mr. Odomel.
Thank you. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. So we've hinted on team culture. Yeah, very important if we're to thrive in the service industry. How do we do it at Kinyang Catering Services? Dealing with people is always hard, I should say. So you always hope they can get your vision. They can understand where you're coming from to fit into the team. You know, very, very important. And it's a process. What I can say, it's a process. I mean, for them to fall into the team culture, it's definitely a process. It's not a one-day thing. It's through numerous trainings, talks. I mean, people come from different backgrounds, ladies and gentlemen. You know, you try and give them some time to pick up, you know, into your team culture, and I, for one, I have over the years, I have what can I say? I have that thing, that thing like for the HRs. Sorry, say I can just feel the vibe. I can feel your attitude. You know, I mean, we'll put in the time, give you the time to fall into the team culture. I mean, actually, many fail right from the start with time. I think that is it. Even before, I mean, however good one is, I mean, we will have good chefs come on board, but the guy is first. Team culture is first. One thing for us is about time. I mean, however good you are, but if you're going to fail on time, I'll give us that as an example. You have failed, because that client, I'm going to lose that business next time. The client is going to give me a warning, or the client is not going to give me another chance. So these are the part of the cultures we're going to take them through: timekeeping, your hygiene. But really, what cuts out for me, really, however good you are, man, if you're not going to keep time, we are not going to be part of the team. I mean, so to really answer that question is we try and give time, really. To train you and to embody you on some of these our practices, really. So it's never easy. I don't want to say I'm a tough guy or what, but we try where we try, to embody team spirit, team culture. And the other one that has been raised is a market depreciation. Yeah, true. We may be many caterers out there now. We all try and find our niche. And previously, we were very few professional caterers. Yeah, we had mainly the Mama Nalongos doing the catering. By the time we're starting, it was really big industry. So we're very few professionals. Now we are many. So still you have to try and stand out. Before you stand out because you were few professionals. Everyone would want to deal with a registered guy. A guy was a professional team. You know, they were moving from the Mama Nalongo catering, but now we're many. That was what would stand out always as being unique. We're professional chaps, but now over time we're now many, but still, how one can stand out in this industry. And so the other thing is we don't fear now competition. I mean, if in the service industry, it's good to have actually competition. Good to have a variety of players. It's good for the client. They get to choose. They get to know why is Kinyang providing this? Why is Kinyang not providing that? Why is the other one providing this? You know, so it's important. I mean, others, as we say, others don't do boiled food, or others will do boiled food, or others will not do fried food. They choose what they wish to take, what should be their niche. And we only do fried food, I'm going to do boiled food, so we're going to do both. Some we're going to do local, we're going to do continental. So at Kinyang, we practically feel our uniqueness is on our ability to be flexible, really, with the clients, because at times the big players, or even bigger than us, they stop being flexible. They stop personalizing service. Yeah, I have colleagues. They simply tell you, Moses, for us, man, I have 3 menus. Client, alina kuchuzinga izo ku menu. You know, why yagara, you know. So it's about, I think for us, it's about personalizing. We come down to the client and we're able to work out a menu with them. And yeah, it's really about personalizing. That's how you need our uniqueness. Be flexible with the client. Yeah, adjust. Even at times when others have last minute adjustments, but of course, where you can, you can. I mean, today you have a function. It's about 10 o'clock. Client wants to make changes, and yet they're having lunch at 1 o'clock. How many are there? There are 50, 80. Now what do you do? Of course, the client also will ask you, man, just deliver. We're making changes. We understand you can bring food late a bit, so you don't stay stuck on it. No. We're done, and we're about to set off. We're about to come. You say, fine, we'll do it, but you're going to now have lunch late. Will that be okay? You know, so you've communicated as well. The client is okay. Yeah, fine. You know, so next time you're going to get a referral from that client. You know, so those happen. It really is about personalization in the industry. I think that's what will stand out for us in the industry, in providing service in the business. So that was differentiation. The other has been in regards to seasonality, while which is true. Currently, ladies and gentlemen, you know, you all have families, and what's in the market now? I will tell you, pineapples have not been in season. This is a very good question, a very good analysis, or a good observation from this gentleman or lady. Yes, and yet we have set your menu at, say, 20,000. You already set a daily lunch. Pineapples now, a pineapple is at 5,000, ladies and gentlemen. Wherever you are staying, you know it. A pineapple is at 5,000 right now. They are not on the market. They are not in season. So what do we do there? Yeah, like I've said, it's just a season. Once in a while, for us, you cannot charge again a client more money if they have if they're already paid up or committed. At times you may take in the loss, maybe, but not very much or so, because you discuss still with the client. Say, this is off season. This is off season. We may provide you a little of it, or could you add more money to it? Or if it's not possible still, Yes. This is business, and it's, like I say, it's seasonal. So close that eye, provide. You're not going to charge them extra money, and you're not going to go against the menu. But at least communicate with the client. Be flexible, because why? We're in this for the long reason. We're in this for a long time. So we know next time it's going to be better. These pineapples will be in season and will provide better. So that is key. It's what we see always. And actually, when we go out to meet clients, we depending these days, we're even forced also to be farmers. What season a pineapple is going to be, what season are going to be watermelons, what season are you going to have peas. Somebody asks you, my menu, I want to have green peas. So that one, we know it's most times it's not there. So you advise the client early. Don't promise air. Gonja of late, I think 2 weeks ago, was not on the market, but I have clients asking for gonja. You run in a cow market, you go to Kalori market, there is no gonja, and if it is there, it is high. So it is about that point, seasonality of food. So when we make menus, we guide the clients. This menu is based as per the season, and we'll try and get this item, and if not, the charge may be this much. So it does happen, but communication, avoid to overcharge, and if possible, provide the item for the client, and next time it will be better. Yes, especially like in December now, where you're taking bookings, somebody has paid up, and then in December, there's no gonja on the market. Now what do? You've already eaten some of the money. You provide. Yes, you're not going to charge extra. Nangenze nga noonya gonja tewali gonja naye tugijeemu. No, we provide. This is what we know in the industry. You have to. The next gentleman lady shared is with I think this is regards also to the first one about new players in the industry. In the service industry, there's always room. Ladies and gentlemen, there's always room for new players. Somebody's there is listening to what Kinyang does, and if you can do it better than Kinyang, it's all good, and in the service industry, there's always somebody who wants you cannot finish all the market. I mean, I thought so when we started off, we thought you would be able to finish the market, but you cannot. How many Ugandans are we? Over 40-60 billion, but you will not finish. So you're welcome, sir or madam. You're welcome to join the catering business. You'll have business, I'll have business, another person will have business. So just count that. There will always be business for somebody, because somebody is in need. Somebody needs us to solve that problem of food, and we're going to be there. So there's always something for somebody. In fact, I have colleagues who call you even for overflow. You say, Mr. Kinyang, I have too much business. Help me here. I tell him, no, I'm also overwhelmed. I cannot take any other. Because as long as we all know ourselves, we provide good food, those are the only ones you do business with. If I'm busy and then I say, okay, Anita is coming to me, and then I say, but I know Anita, you can handle this client. I say, Mr. Brian, I may be busy, but Anita can service you. We give referrals even, you get. So about being a new player, it's okay. You're very welcome into the industry. You will not finish the business. It is there. It's just about you finding your niche. Okay, are you going to do local? Are you going to do whatever, continental? Just find your niche and join the bus. Then you'll stand out in your own way. Yes. And Anita, was that all?
Yes, that was most of it. Thank you so much. And I'm one of those encouraged to learn that there is room for more caterers. And you also mentioned one of the points on networking, that that would be important. If you're in the service industry, you need to be part of networks that offer the same, services, but also networks that are interested in your services. And so thank you so much for sharing, Mr. Odomel. Now, there are quite a few also more comments and questions in the chat. And they were even asking for your number. I didn't want to share it without your consent. So please feel free to go to the chat and do share your contact. I think people want to reach out for more guidance, but also they want to make those orders and give you business. Please tell us where you're located as Kinyang, and how do people access your services?
Okay, thank you. Sorry, I missed that bit actually. We are located in Ntinda, around UNEB. No signage though, no signage yet, but we're located in Ntinda. I'm going to share my number. Feel free to contact us for any inquiries for business. Yes.
Okay, great. Thank you so much once again. Ladies and gentlemen, we've come to the tail end of our session this morning, the Business Recovery Series. We continue reminding you that at Enterprise Uganda, it's our mandate to equip and empower entrepreneurs across this country with the knowledge and skills that they need to run their businesses effectively. And so we have a WhatsApp platform that it's not open to comments or interactions. Why? Because it's the only way we can try to control and manage information flow and to also maintain the integrity of the group. And so on that group, we share opportunities, business development, service opportunities for the entrepreneurs. As an entrepreneur, you need to be part of a space that helps you grow so that your business can grow, but also so that your business can tap into existing opportunities and align with the priorities of government and the business development framework. Even the national development plan for you want to be aligned so that your business does not miss out on opportunities. And so we partner with quite a number of players, UNBS, of ZEPA, and all these other Ministry of Finance. When you're in this space, you get to know what's happening across the country, and as an entrepreneur, how you tap into these opportunities and that government is offering so that you don't do business alone. And so please join the WhatsApp group. We've shared the link. Tomorrow, we have the export readiness seminar. Those who would like to start launching their businesses into international markets. But even those that are already there, you need to know how to, be the best at your game. And so the seminar is tomorrow. Please do come. It will be here at the Business Development Service Center, Center of Excellence here in Butabika. We're expecting quite a number of entrepreneurs. Please come in numbers and get to learn what opportunities you can, exploit as an entrepreneur so that you get your products and services across borders. So please come to it will be here at the Enterprise Uganda offices, and the link has been shared for you to register. We're expecting you tomorrow. It will be a half-day event. And next week, we have the Small Enterprise Accelerator program, which will be running for the whole week. We don't want businesses to remain small for too long. We want them to grow and also become adults. And so we have the Small Business Accelerator running next week. It will be a 5-day program. And we believe that even if you're not small, you may be medium, there's something you can benefit. So please do also sign up. The link has been shared right there in the chat. Mr. Odomel, we thank you so much for sparing your time to come and share your experiences with us. Quite a lot we've learned. I'm going to invite you right now to give your parting shots so that we bring this session to a close.
Thank you, Anita. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, Enterprise Uganda, for having me on board. And I hope we have all learned together and we continue sharing more into being good service providers in this service business. Thank you so much.
Great.